I'm Liz Wyatt.
And I'm Emily Lynn.
And this is
Dykeotomy!
Alright, so we have a question from a girl named Liliana.
Or Liliana. We're not sure. We're just gonna call you Lily for short.
And her question is, how do you deal with being long distance?
More or less.
I'm pretty sure we're pros on the subject. So.
Perfect. That's gross. People always have sort of strong feelings about long distance. You ask people and they're either like, yes, it can totally work, love conquers all, or they're like, no, it never works. They'll cheat and you'll die.
The thing with long distance is, I think that you have to have a pretty stable relationship before you start. We dated 2 years?
2 years, and then we were long distance for a year. And we're still sort of long distance.
I think the key to a long distance relationship is honesty, and I always say this to everyone who's in a relationship because they honestly are like, oh yeah, I don't tell my boyfriend about that, but he doesn't need to know that. And I'm like, yeah, he does. It's kind of a big deal. So like, I've always just gotten in this habit of telling you everything.
It drives me nuts, like when there are people and they're long distance and they've cheated, or they're maybe going to cheat with someone else, or they're like, you know, spending a lot of time with some new person, but they're like, oh, I don't need to tell my significant other because, you know, don't ask, don't tell. What they won't know won't hurt them. And I'm like, that's exactly what will hurt them.
Maybe it won't hurt them, but it'll hurt the relationship.
Yeah, communication. There's something else I was going to say. I lost it.
Talking every day.
I mean, it depends on you guys. I think you should, you know, talk at least once every day, even if it's just like, I won't get to talk to you for the rest of the day. I'm jet skiing with alpacas. Liz and I, this is somewhere where Liz and I kind of differ because I have a tendency to get engrossed in what I'm doing. So I'm really bad about remembering to text, good morning, I love you, good night, I love you. I'm jet skiing with alpacas, I love you.
It's because you have a guy brain.
Right, it's because I have a guy brain. But Liz,
I think of you a lot, and so I have to just be like, hey, I was just talking to someone about you. Or like, missing you, love you, here's my face, ching.
Oh, about long distance, you can't really fix problems so well, long distance. Go long distance and then there's some issue. It's like you're an oyster and there's a grain of sand gets in your relationship, and if you're apart, like you can say, oh, it's just a grain of sand, it's whatever, but like it's still sort of there. And then you get back together and you start building more layers of togetherness over on top of it, and it smooths over and it's like, okay, we've worked this out. Like an oyster. It's kind of like vagina symbolism if you think about it.
The thing is, you do long distance if you really love the person and there's someone you want to be with for a long time. It's like, do I want to lose this person or not? If you don't want to lose them, but you have to be long distance, that's when you try to make it work.
So Liliana, Anna?
I think you should. If you really like the person, I think you should do long distance.
You should try.
Lesbians out! Whee! Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you want to watch other Gwist shows, click here. If you want to watch more Dykeotomy, click here!
If you want to subscribe to Gwist so you get more Dykeotomy every week, you click down there. Oh, also comment. Tell us what you think.
Ask us questions.
Ask us questions. We only got 3 comments on the last video. It made me depressed. Made me sad. I don't feel like you care about me.